Holy shit.
It's been a wonderful ride.
Season 3?
I know, already.
Wait, I'm sorry, I just took a minute.
We're already inside season 3.
Holy cow.
It's not like it's the longest ride, but we came from the small studio to this studio, and now we got like all kinds of people that we have on the show, and we got sponsors falling out of our
built up all the props and everything.
ass. I wanted to say ass.
Oh, you did it.
We got sponsors falling out of our ass, but I've been asked by several people to tone down on my F-bombs. What do y'all think?
Fuck that!
I guess I'm not going to fucking do that.
Okay.
But thank you all for coming out to Zombie Life TV. This is season 3. I'm so very proud of this outfit. We've got like 15 to 30 people, give or take, that actually go out and do stuff, social media for the show, and it's just amazing.
They just do stuff.
They do stuff.
They do stuff. And things.
Can we have everybody that is usually on the panel come out here? Brenda, I know that you're out there.
Brenda! Everybody, JP.
The Cheneys come out.
Cheneys.
And even Ben, where are you at? Can
I'm
you come
taking
out?
the photo.
He's taking a photo. We're cynic. Come on, dude.
Come on, man. Hey, stop doing those deals on the side.
So,
Hey, I'm not doing nothing on the side.
I
It's
know,
all
he's got like a
it's-
Nintendo cartridge
here's
in
the
his
deal.
fucking pocket.
It's all up front. It's never on the side.
we're literally going to have to change the hardware for the studio because we need a panoramic view for all the people that come on the show. What's happened is everybody that comes to the show ends up having their own deal, and that's exactly what I want. It's amazing because there's so much talent. It's hard to
It's a
share.
collaboration, like a fucking community.
Yeah, it is a community.
Fucking community.
And the big thing about that is people want to come here. We were just talking about it outside. how
Crazy.
People like to come here and feel normal.
It's the hangout.
Hell yeah.
It's the place to go to get religious on the dark side.
Amen.
Get religious on it. Amen. Can I
Fucking
praise,
amen.
praise the devil? I'm just playing. I can praise the devil. Sorry, Jesus. I don't want to burn right here because
Not right here, right now.
We'll make some good TV.
Yeah.
Seriously.
If I just caught on fire, fucking goddamn.
I'll put it out as I cry.
We'd all run away.
Put his ass out! Put his ass out!
This
It
is
lasts
about the
the
time you
whole
hear that.
hour.
Corey Trahan, hail Satan.
You'll throw water, Cheney will just start pissing on me.
I made up Jesus. I love you, Jesus.
So tonight is very special for me because I have no idea what's going to happen. I've gone all through social media. I've tried to troll people on Facebook and Twitter.
Gross, dude.
And I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm ready for it. So thank you all again for coming out to Zombie Life TV. We love you. Opening credits should start now.
From an undisclosed bunker deep in the earth, bringing you the best in horror, paranormal, and conspiracy. We welcome you to this week's Zombie Fight Club broadcast with your host, Eddie Rotten.
They want food, population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable. 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 Controllable.
Bring it in.
Man,
You know what I did last week?
What?
I totally watched.
please tell me you showered.
I did shower, but that was last week.
Oh, okay.
I only shower once a week religiously.
Okay.
In my religion, I believe in being dirty.
Interesting.
Nothing wrong
And
with that.
baby oil.
It's gross.
And baby oil.
And hernia girdles.
There's nothing wrong with hernia, girl.
It's not a novelty,
No,
people.
I watched this show on TV, and it was cool. If anybody doesn't, like, if they come here and then don't go back and watch the show on TV, it's okay. But to get our views up, just turn it on and then go wash dishes or masturbate or whatever you do.
I would say doing the masturbation during
During
is
the
fine.
show?
You know, you don't have to leave the room. You can
Yeah. Because
and dishes. I mean, if you can
Because
do all of them at once, you're a
nothing
hell of a
wrong with that.
multitasker.
I suggest a fleshlight, small plug for fleshlight out
Oh
there.
yeah.
God.
I just learned that they're.
We're working on our sponsorship, people.
Just make sure to use the proper lube. Like, don't mix silicone with silicone products.
And this has been
Good to
a
know.
You know a
Good
lot about
advice.
this.
this has been a PSA with
Give
Allie
you a
Benoit and the proper lubricants with the fleshlight.
Brenda
Thank
said
you.
she's gonna give me a hand. With
Yeah.
that part. But I went.
Don't even need to buy a flashlight.
I went and watched the show, and it's important to go back and watch the show because you can kind of gauge how you're doing and then do better the next week.
Oh.
But since I'm perfect,
So this week's gonna be.
I'm just fucking playing. Mom, sorry, I'm not really perfect. Sorry for saying F with your name. Anyways.
God, dude,
Give it
what a
up.
fuck up.
So, we're going to restructure right now.
Okay. Okay.
Usually I go into a huge long list of people that are sponsoring us. Not that I don't love you, but I do love you. But we're going to break that up, and then I'll have more stuff about you on the podcast and more stuff on YouTube. So, not to dog you or anything, but we're going to try something new, right?
Okay.
Rotation plan.
A rotation.
Here we go. What is it?
It's very important to rotate because if you're always on bottom, you don't know what it's like when you're on top.
True that. True. I'm wise fucking words
Yes.
right there, man.
So now we're going to try to be on top.
Sage wisdom.
Yes. So we got the short credits out of the way. I'm going to split those up even more so it's even shorter so we can get to our brand of entertainment.
So
which is,
who's our people we're shouting out to tonight?
I want to go with Zombie Charge because we just saw their
Okay.
commercial.
Hell yeah, that's zombie charge.
I'm going to go with Hunter Wayne's Death Mention.
Fuck yes.
Totally makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Because the Howard Theater, we're going to be doing some shit.
This guy's got some amazing fucking boots, man. Like every time.
And a quick shout out to Ben for doing the photograph.
And that's his name. We're not saying that shit
Yeah.
fast, like pop out like Beetlejuice and shit.
I don't have Tourette's. Not that there's
Yeah.
anything wrong with Tourette's.
Yes.
But and then who's the last one?
We lost him.
No. There's one more. I'll get to it later.
Dogs.
Dogs. Oh yeah. Well,
Dogs?
Mastiff.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. Dark Mountain
big ones.
Mastiff and what's the other one's called? I always get mixed up.
One-
Old
one-
World Mastinos. I'm so sorry, dude.
Good job.
Zach with the save.
I love.
Wait,
Fuck,
wait.
they're fucking.
Ah,
with
come
us.
on!
Sorry for everybody at home. They're fucking with us.
We're getting dizzy.
It's not you. It's them.
No, it's you.
Yes.
It's you.
So tonight on the show, we have a special guest that I don't know about.
Man, I have been
So
working on this
special.
guest for a long fucking time, dude. Seriously, did you get this person on and interview him? It's been really, really tough. And so I'd like everybody to give a huge hand
Who's standing up? Because I know somebody.
for Eddie Rotten. Fuck yes! Yes!
You're gonna interview me?
Yes!
You know I'm uncomfortable about that.
Oh, I know! I know!
My nipples just got
Dude.
fucking hard.
You know, we've been doing this show for, I didn't even know, 3 seasons now?
3 seasons.
And we've had a multitude of guests. I mean, from every walk of fucking life you can think of,
I'm
right?
tripping out.
Your
I
turn.
know. Don't shake, buddy. Don't
I'm shaking.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I wore my Depends.
Nobody's watching.
He's only gonna ask you a few.
You got your
really
hernia
personal
girdle?
questions.
I'm already- Are you gonna like ask me questions and shit?
No, that's not
really,
how
really
an interview works.
Okay. I'm like starting to sweat again.
It's okay. So, I mean, what a lot of people don't know is about the ZFC, kind of how it came about. You know, about the podcast and stuff. I mean, a lot of people just got on.
I'm
the
nervous.
television
We should
show.
sit down. Can
You
we
want to sit down, buddy? Have a seat.
I'm gonna have a seat.
Where am I sitting?
It doesn't matter.
You can sit down where.
Who wants to join us?
Okay.
So,
Okay. This is so.
how do you
fucking-
feel about the current set of politics and the president? Go.
Okay, first
No,
of
fuck
all,
that. Kara?
You know I was gonna talk about Bigfoot.
I watched South Park the other day, and they informed me that Turd Sandwich
Was in the lead.
was in the lead against Douche.
So that's good. That's really good. So a lot of people, like I was saying, a lot of people don't know about zombie
Mr.
life
Ron.
and where it came from in the ZFC.
Okay.
So where does this all start, man?
Oh my God, I can't
I mean,
believe
how
you're
do you
interviewing
how do
me.
He's
you
gonna
come
say,
up
well,
with a
back in the war.
podcast?
Back in the war.
Okay. Okay.
It all started in Bay City, meeting people like you.
What?
I'm gonna throw it back to you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
interview you. So how do you feel about Bay
No,
City?
no.
I
I've
can't-
been through enough therapy
Okay.
before, man.
The Zombie Fight Club started from an idea that I had for people not being who they want to be and not being prepared, and then the collaboration of both is just failure. So I started an airsoft field in San Antonio. It's called Mission Airsoft, and it's amazing. There's between 30 and 50 people go out every single Saturday. They're called the Zombie Fight Club. The ZFC is a brand name.
Okay.
And it just kind of grew and grew and grew, and then I started a story on Twitter, and I can't believe you're fucking interviewing me, dude.
Get over it. Tell the
I
story.
started a story on Twitter, and I don't know how to use Twitter at all.
Yeah, we know.
So
That's why we have somebody doing our social media.
and my
Thank you,
texting
Alex.
is fucking horrible. Like I fuck up texts like religiously. I'll say the wrong thing and then push send.
And then he says another, and it's still wrong, and another, and it's still wrong. And he goes, "Damn it!"
I know. And I'll
Yes, exactly what he said.
okay. I can't understand you because your mouth is covered up.
You should hear him.
politics.
No politics.
You should hear him breathing. Sounds like he's in an iron lung.
But I send like
It's my second spree.
I accidentally send weird shit through text and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Like one time, my dad saw.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Can't
whoa.
tell that story.
We're supposed to be keeping this,
It's not a family episode tonight, is it?
No.
Okay. I accidentally showed my dad a picture of my dick,
I knew it! Daddy dick pic.
but for in his favor, it's,
In his favor?
it's
How
not
could that
bad.
be in his
I
favor?
used the zoom in, for it. So props to Randy.
How was that an accident?
Well, I
You
was.
accidentally sent a zoomed in
Yeah.
picture. You were trying
Hey,
to-
Dad,
No.
look at what I
I didn't
got.
send my dad a picture.
At least.
My God, what? No, it was for my wife. I accidentally showed my dad my picture.
So
of
after
all-
you guys got done measuring,
No,
what
his face was so like I was mortified. It's my dad, and I love him, and he was just like handing the phone back to me. But okay, back to the story.
Right.
The Zombie Fight Club started basically at Mission Airsoft, and then I started writing just to see how Twitter worked. You
How
can
did
only.
you segue back to that?
I know. All of this started with a dick pic to his father.
It wasn't bad though, right?
Fantastic.
Great.
I kind of just moved into it, but I didn't know how to fill up all the characters for Twitter.
Okay.
And I would run over, and so I started a story about zombies, and I would use the Zombie Fight Club as the main focus.
When was this?
This is like 2010,
Okay.
2009.
And is this the basis of where you started to? I mean, did you started collecting these and kind of streamlining it and kind of
Yeah.
putting it into?
I didn't know it was going to get as big as it did.
Right.
What kind of stuff were you posting though?
I would post stuff that would happen literally in my day-to-day. So I worked at a machine shop. It was at nighttime, and I would say, hey, I'm at my machine shop. It's nighttime.
Exhilarating.
No wonder that's
I've always wanted to write something,
Right.
rather than pornography.
Shit on the
or
fucking
something.
bathroom wall.
Yeah, stuff that I could be proud of. So I would still, it'd be kind of racy because it doesn't grab you if it's not controversial.
Right.
In my opinion.
Okay.
So I started writing stuff, and I come up with a storyline, and I have a house, I work at night, there's zombies outside, and I wanted to make it real world. So I had politics involved.
Okay.
And like an actual president that I would talk shit about, because I don't believe in politics or government or anything. I believe in full anarchy. I'm sorry.
Really?
That's me. I'm one of those motherfuckers. But
So you're religious, but you believe in all those. You don't believe in all those existing things.
I believe in all those existing things, but I believe that they're
They don't-
for our entertainment. I believe
Entertainment.
it's all
It's
entertainment.
just for our entertainment.
Yes. 'cause
Well, I
we-
mean,
we have to do it.
The current president is entertaining at best, I
Dude.
guess.
I don't like him. I think he's a fucking douche. At the same time, I almost have to give it to him for being such a fucking dickhead.
I mean, he
on
definitely
social media, because he
definitely
dominates.
took the monopoly on that
Yes,
shit, man.
But
For
also,
real.
there's banks involved,
Yes.
whatever.
Whatever.
So I stopped writing because life took over like it always does.
Uh-huh.
We were moving. I stopped writing in Twitter, and then almost a year later, I came back. I had to get a new password and username and all that stuff because I suck at that. And I had like 1,000 something followers
Wow.
on there
Okay.
that were reading, what I wrote a year ago.
Yeah.
There was a handful of them that were retweeting a lot and saying, well, what if this and what if this? And then there was another handful of people that were upset that I hadn't continued. Like, what's going on? They
So
had
it had just
adopted
grown
it.
organically by itself, and you weren't even
Yes.
doing shit with
Yes.
it. I mean, literally just doing like posts while you were taking a dump.
Yes.
Pretty much.
At work at night.
Very nice.
In the
and it turned into basically a novel.
It kind of did, yeah. It turned into a novel. Those people that were retweeting and posting stuff, I reached out to them individually,
Right.
and made them heroes and villains of the story.
Wow.
Because I don't have time to write all the time,
Mm-hmm.
so I had they would send in bits and pieces of politics and religion and what would happen if zombies attack their area, if they're good or they're bad, what kind of weapon they had.
Okay.
And then if they would stop writing in, then I would take them out of the story.
Kill 'em.
I would kill them off.
Fuck yes.
And that was
I mean,
the
so
premise.
we actually have. Can you hand me the books over here? We actually have a couple of your books here.
Oh shit, dude!
And
I
so-
don't even have this one at home.
So, so it starts with Alpha, right?
Yes.
And I mean that was a fantastic book. I mean when I first
Thank
read,
you.
except for the first when it was first
the
edited.
first draft. Yeah.
Woo!
I know.
I mean she was like blind and drunk and.
But it was my first go, and she's still a very good friend. But the editing.
Ooh, sorry. She's awesome.
The editing was off because we couldn't get her timeline down because I was writing it in the present, like it would literally happen.
Oh, so
that
she was
day.
trying to do it as you
Yes.
spit it out. Well, that's
Yes.
tough, man.
And so I had to deal with her, which is fine, but she's in Canada, so it was hard to collaborate.
Well, how do you come up with the title is obviously Frequency.
Mm-hmm.
What is that about?
Frequency is something that I truly believe in. I believe that everything works off a frequency pattern. The way that we talk to each other, the way that we gravitate towards each other or don't gravitate towards each
Yeah.
other. I think there's a certain frequency, just like when you tune a guitar, like Zach, when you tune a guitar, you know when it sounds good and you know when it fucking doesn't sound good. And that's how I think everything is ran.
Okay.
And so there's a frequency that I believe that we all fall into, and it turned out there's a frequency for the planet Earth. There's a frequency that the universe puts out. There's a frequency that people can go into an office, a scientific, like a hospital,
Yeah.
and you can find your own frequency. And so that's what gave me the name for it. And then the Z, of course, is
Right,
zombies.
for zombies.
Yeah.
So did you know all this stuff before you started writing it? I mean, you're saying, you figured out about the frequency of the Earth and stuff. Did you know all of that before you started?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, horror, paranormal, conspiracy have always been my bag.
Yeah.
It's been something that I've followed my entire life. But even more so, I see how people talk to each other, and I see how people do or don't reach out to each other.
Okay.
And now that we have social media and religion and politics, I can see how it can hurt or build, And so I think a frequency is needed, and the frequency inside the book is a government element
Yeah.
that they put out. And then, of course, there's Stephen King's The Cell, and it's kind of like that, but not really, because it's given to us. The government gives us a frequency to try to make us buy more stuff, like in, what's that movie? Fucking somebody help me out, because I'm losing. Yeah, like They Live.
Wow, good job,
Like
guys.
They Live. It's a form of media, a form of them selling to us. And,
Right,
and certain
okay.
people get the frequency and it doesn't mix, it doesn't jive, and they freak out. And the government realizes inside the story that they can hone our frequency to do what they want us to do.
Now I know what's wrong with me.
So your frequency's all off.
Commercials.
But when I started killing people off for not sending
It's just mean.
information,
No, I think it's great.
when they wouldn't send information to me, I would kill them off, and they'd get pissed off in real life because they're,
Invested.
they're invested in their character.
And did you continue it with the podcast as well, along with the book and everything?
Yep. The podcast actually started before all of that. So
Okay.
Zombie Life Podcast has been going for fucking ever. It's one of the first horror-based staples in America, and
Wow.
so I'm very, very proud of that. That's what started the TV show and everything like that. But people from the podcast, they are characters inside the book.
Okay.
So different podcasts that I reach out, the different communities that I reach out to, they're members inside the book.
How many communities have you reached out to? I mean, how far does this go? How many ZFC people are there?
Yeah,
There's
that's what I was
Nobody fucking
wondering.
knows.
There's thousands.
Thousands.
I know that for 3 years straight, people would become ZFC, and I would send them a card, a ZFC full membership card.
Right.
And I ran out of, the little stamps that have the numbers on it, the 5 numbers. I ran out of those.
Wow.
So there's thousands and thousands all over the world, and they're active.
Tune
so
in.
we've got lots of people in the UK.
Yeah.
We got people in Russia. We got people in India. We got people all over England actually, and then America and Canada. Canada is actually one of the heaviest ZFC, even more.
Canadians,
so than,
really?
Even more so than America.
No shit.
That's where I'm gonna head if there's ever a zombie apocalypse. If it's up to Canada.
Canada.
That's where George Romero used to live.
Yeah.
Canada.
Well, that
Canada.
might be the push. But
Canada.
it turned into a lifestyle. It turned into
What, Canada or the books? Sorry,
the-
you lost me.
the books and the story and the podcast. It turned into what I do. So I like revamped a whole section of my house, and there's a big studio and
Yeah.
stuff. And then of course I moved here, and I was just because technology moves forward, and now instead of having a gigantic studio, I have a laptop and a decent microphone.
And so was it always like this? I mean, were you walking around like this as a kid? In the small town?
I would
and
say
shit?
different. I would say I was always out there. I always wanted to be in media. Pete, Dirty
yeah.
Pete. We
Love
had the
Dirty Pete.
Dirty Pete. The Dirty Rotten Show launched before Zombie Life
Mhm.
podcast, and
Which
we
is
were.
awesome.
We were removed from several different networks, and all of our stuff gets removed from YouTube. Even now, if we try to repost it, they pull it down.
shit.
It's very, Pete.
Oh, I know Pete.
He doesn't care.
That's why they call him Dirty Pete, man.
There
It's
is
fucking
no,
awesome.
there's
Miss
no
you, dude.
filter. But it's been going for so long. Who I am, I started to adopt it. So everybody here is probably the horror person at their job.
Right.
And me as a machinist, I would have, everybody would have a brown Kennedy toolbox with all their tools in it. I roll in with the fire engine red, fucking Craftsman, which is like an automotive toolbox.
Right.
And it's not even a machinist toolbox, and it was covered in zombie stickers and stuff. And I didn't even think twice about it. That was just who I am, And so I started getting that's who that dude is. That's who that dude is. And
Okay.
what I realized, though, being that kind of person, is people look to us as knowledgeable about preparation, about family, about, world conservation, about...
Especially when they learn that you have machetes in your car.
I do.
They're like, oh, I'm with that dude.
I do have machetes in my car.
Well, so you're telling us a little bit about it. I think Josh is going to help us out here with some type of audio or video with somebody to explain a little bit more about what you were like before all of this.
What?
Yeah, and I don't know if he can do it because I don't know if the TV's working.
Yeah, I don't know
We'll
if
see
there's we
uh,
don't see anything on the
if
TV.
it can
but-
happen.
What do you mean? Are you got like naked picture of me in the bathtub when
Yes,
I
actually.
was 6 years old?
With a flashlight. Back in 1983.
Yeah.
Except we made sure to like zoom out in the picture.
Yes.
So it shows that
Well,
you're
actually,
sitting on
your
the
dad
toilet.
sent the pictures to us.
Oh, that's my boy.
It'll be great.
Okay. He said-
Almost
he
ready.
said give him a
So,
second.
Almost ready.
Aren't you starting a third book?
Yeah, the third book is started and it's almost finished, but and I'm not blaming, life or anything, but I've become one of the people inside the book who life has taken over.
Oh.
But the book moved from Austin to from Houston to Austin, just like it really actually did. And now I'm the missing character inside the book, and everybody we're all trying to collaborate. But there's like deep dark villains in the story.
And is it still going organically, like how the first two went? You know,
Yes.
Alpha and Sigma. I mean, as far as like going along with the timeline in present time, and
Yes.
kind of. So people will be, and that's the one thing that I loved about reading the books was that I could relate. I could, you know, obviously see, you know, points in your timeline that, you know, happened and stuff. I mean, people can pick up on that. I mean, were a couple of them, especially like in Alpha, where you like called shit before it happened in the present time.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Ebola.
Ebola, yeah, that actually happened before it actually got.
Yeah, before it like,
happened.
when there was a big outbreak, you had actually called. Was it in Alpha or Sigma?
No, I have to go back and read it. It might have been Sigma.
Hey, you're the one that wrote these.
I know,
motherfuckers.
but they're involved. Like I was saying, this kind of book is one of the first of its kind that hit Amazon, which I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Because they're one of the first fully integrated, totally interactive books.
Right.
Because people, they play a part in the book, and then there's codes, there's maps, there's all kinds of things to decipher. Like some of the pages in here, you have to turn the book to a mirror and upside down to be able to read it. And then even inside that, there's code letters that you have to decipher. So it's very involved.
Have you been getting a lot of people, you know, I mean, that have read the book and gotten the book respond back to the codes and everything? And stuff
Yes.
Like, oh, I fucking figured that shit out, man.
A lot of people from Amazon, like this one, it's hard to see because it's on the front and the back. There's angelic script that goes from page to page. The golden letters, that's supposedly is angelic script.
Cool.
And inside that phrase, there's a phrase that's repeated throughout the book. And I just think that it's important. So,
I mean, it's kind of, you know, the books that you did and what you've done has been kind of, you know, obviously, I mean, groundbreaking. It's different. It's, you know, ahead of this curve. What are you doing next with Omega?
Well,
Okay,
not
that's
to
okay.
sound not to sound weird, but I have to wait for. This sounds so fucking dumb, but I have to wait for the frequency to change. There's a new chapter coming.
Okay.
And look, he got the TV up. That's awesome.
Oh, excellent.
Give me a minute, and I'll have it whenever you get a chance.
Sweet.
Oh, cool.
Just let us know.
There's a new frequency that's changing.
Okay.
For me, if you pay attention to politics and religion and the people that they choose to put on TV, the people that the banks choose to work with,
Right.
whatever, you can kind of tell what's gonna fucking happen. And I've got a pretty good in with the military.
Yeah,
So
this guy.
they send me information all the time.
Scary.
I've had a couple of people call me on the phone. They're like, "You were not supposed to talk about that." But I'm like, "It's already." Oh, he said we're good for videos, but
Oh, yeah? We're good to go? All right.
the frequency literally bases how I get my information.
Yeah.
And it turns out to all be pretty accurate.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, what we got is a video, right,
Okay.
from somebody who can give us a little bit more insight into who Eddie Rotten is. Okay? You got that, Josh?
Yeah.
You can roll it.
Hello, everyone. I've been asked to share what it's like to be Eddie Rotten's mom. Well, you can imagine. It's been a hoot and a holler. He was the most adorable little tow-headed fellow you'd ever hope to meet. Full of fun and always smiling, lovable, affable. The keen sense of curiosity that you enjoy in him has always been there, along with a quick sense of humor and bursts of laughter. He's always been tolerant of other people's weaknesses and shortcomings and faults. Except hypocrisy, you gotta keep it real. One of the greatest joys I remember is when he helped with the Special Olympics in high school. They loved him, and he was a good, and he just hugged and laughed and encouraged all the participants. He was also very good with his little brother when he had an incapacitating illness. Now you all know him as an affectionate husband and father. Ed's talents and character traits emerged early. I still have a crayon drawing of him, of one of his art pieces, a waterfowl, looked like a crane. I didn't know he'd ever even seen one, but we did live near the coast. We had an upright piano and he would stand with his arms above his head to reach the keys and play actual melodies when he was just a toddler. The drumming with pencils and pens and whatever else he could find didn't come until a little later, but we had to get a practice pad and drumsticks to protect the furniture to some degree. He went through a rebellious stage when his autonomy was emerging. Surprise? I was a little concerned, but then I was sit and listen to him play music that he'd made up himself at the piano without even being able to read music. I thought, he is good to the core, and I know he'll figure it out. He's always reached beyond his present limits, and he encourages others to do the same. And he had his job cut out for him when it came to getting me to open an airsoft field. I had no idea how to run a business. I knew nothing of guns or military tactics. But 5 years later, Mission Airsoft is still growing, and so am I. Thanks, Ed. Love you. So proud of you. Bye-bye.
What the fuck was that, dude?
I
can't respond to
Anyone have
that.
a tissue?
Well, thank you, Mom. I hope you don't watch this episode.
Oh.
Damn it.
So tell us about the Mission Airsoft Field.
Fuck, man. So Mission Airsoft is a big deal. It's the biggest airsoft field in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
In the entire region. So people come from California and fucking all over America to come play there.
No shit.
It was just a concept because I needed a home base for the theory of the Zombie Fight Club, which is, fucking be yourself and don't shy away from, media and like take control of your shit.
So you take this whole idea that you came with up on the shitter and go to Mom and you're like, hey, I want to use your land to...
Well, my grandfather died. He had
Okay.
like 80-something acres, and they couldn't decide what to do with it, and they were looking at the city to buy it from him. And I'm like, fuck that, man.
Seriously.
In the end, if you have any land, if you have like a 2-foot plot of land, it's yours, And so I went there and did some structuring and worked with my son for us, who's in the military. And we came up with a game plan, a business plan of airsoft, what would get people to come out. And sure enough, the community needed it because there's a lot of low-income children that are wrought with, gang violence and drugs and stuff like that. And they needed somewhere to go on the weekends. And so we made it a community outreach program.
Badass.
So to dodge paying incredible taxes to the city, we made it a natural wildlife refuge. Huh. And so we have
Clever.
Biodegradable.
That's a little racist.
No, that's funny.
We have biodegradable BBs that people shoot. So they
Those are
just,
biodegradable.
So it's eco-friendly
It's
too.
eco-friendly.
You can go out and hurt your friends.
Yes, and you know what?
Friendly about it.
That's the funnest. That's the funnest part, man. Because when you fall in love with people, like if our group of people went out and played airsoft there,
We'd all
First-
fall in love with
Yeah, as soon as we start hurting each
Pain
other,
brings you together.
it does, dude.
Really
Pain
does.
brings you together.
Unicorns and rainbows.
Pain, honesty, all that stuff. When you get out there and fight against each other, that's when you see who you are and what kind of meat.
Your
you got.
mom had brought up a bunch of other stuff, you would obviously being very compassionate and things like that, helping out other people with the Special
Nobody was
Olympics.
ever-
I didn't ever know about that.
Nobody was ever supposed to know about that shit.
Really? I mean, hey, Josh, can you help me out with... Do you have those pictures?
Oh my god.
Can you put those up? Yes, there's one. And see, this is one of the Eddies that I remember. You know,
Which one?
way back in the day. Yeah, the thinner one. The thinner one. Do you have any more of those?
Like I have hair?
I know, back when
Dude.
you had hair.
Where did
Oh,
you?
wait. See, that's the forest I remember right there.
Yeah, that's my son.
Look at, is
Where
that
in
kind
the
of how you
fuck?
were as a father the whole time? Just like,
Yeah.
and where did he go?
Yeah. Dude, where did you get
Why he
these
doesn't
photos
share.
from?
I've had him in my closet for years.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, let's see. So was this when you were like working with, in the special? That's really
No.
cool, man.
That's actually my brother.
No shit?
He died of brain cancer, but that's when
so
he was
sorry, brother.
he was 5 years old. It's all good.
Yeah.
Towards the end of his time, he started saying prophetic things like pay attention to the future, pay attention to old people, pay attention to your family and stuff like this. See, he started saying like big deal things. I can't believe you have that picture. That's amazing, dude. Yeah.
Cool picture.
That was cool. Special Olympics was cool. It was in Texas City. I was over like 30-something kids.
Yeah.
They had Down syndrome and taught me true compassion.
Wow.
Because they were so fucking strong, dude. You know, and they would play games on me, and I would turn out to be not the dumb. I don't want to say the dumb.
When
one,
they were
but-
like tossing you around and shit.
Well, they would like play jokes on me, and then I wouldn't be able to figure it out because they do have Down syndrome, but they're so elegantly smart.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was just a lot of fun. It helped me grow.
So you've been kind of leading groups of, packs of like us, like rejects and stuff like that for a long time, ever since you were a little
Dude,
kid.
I fucking love rejects, man.
Yeah?
I'm a reject.
And obviously the arts have been a huge thing for you too, man.
Yeah.
So are you still, does music play a part in the books and everything like that? Obviously
Yes.
frequency in music, but
Yes.
for you and the books and everything, does it play a part?
Very big part.
Really?
Yeah, very big part. Like I was telling Zach, there's a harmonic balance that humans have.
Right.
There's a harmonic balance that animals have. You can get bitten by a dog, but that's probably because you're fucking pissing it off. Or you can just be cool and the dog will be cool. It all depends on your presentation of
Fuck, man.
what harmonic balance you have. So yes, music plays a big role
Okay.
in the books.
Hell yeah. Are you still, doing music other than like destroying furniture and shit like that?
Yeah, not as much as I would like to.
We did get that drum set.
I do have a
And
drum
we were
set now.
supposed to split, and then you just got the.
I'm
How do
sorry.
you split a drum set? You get the tom and I get the
Sorry.
Like, hey,
snare.
we found this drum set. Let's split it down the middle.
After years and years, because I wrote jingles
That's what we're gonna do.
I wrote jingles a long time for radio.
Okay.
I've got an album on iTunes. It's just fucking music. But
Yeah.
it's fun.
It's fucking music.
Meeting back up, it's fucking music.
Yeah, all right.
Meeting back up with Zach and
Mom.
Kara, they reintroduced my love for music, and now I got like an electric drum kit in my son's room, and I play guitar now more than ever because of Zach, because he's like brilliant,
Okay.
and he teaches me things, and I'm starting to relearn the frequency of music.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to relearn that and fall in love with that again.
What
yes.
about your art? Didn't you say you were doing new art? You said you were doing art last week.
Yeah.
Did you paint the skull that you drew?
It's half done. I
where's
can't
the-
believe
where's
we're
the
talking
art?
about talent.
Jesus, you're
Where
a
does the
busy
art come
motherfucker.
from on here, though, on the books?
The art from these books is conceptually from my brain, but there's other people that have used this one. God damn it. But it's okay. My wife rendered these and made these. So these are handcrafted pieces of art that my wife put together
She's very talented.
based on
Yeah.
conceptual art that I would doodle on paper. But I do draw. I draw all the time, man. If you don't nurture your talents, they'll fucking take off. They'll find somebody else to attack.
Your talents will just leave you and they're like,
They will,
fuck
dude.
this loser.
They will. Okay, to prove my point,
Okay.
for me, it's not like I don't know how to do it, but every once in a while I ride a bicycle.
What? You're not going to say that you forget how to ride a bike.
Wait,
Well,
you don't know how to ride a bicycle?
I do know how to ride a
You
bicycle,
gotta refresh yourself.
but I have to refresh myself. Like
Really?
there's like safety and shit that
Do
goes
you ever jump in
down
a pool and like start to drown and you're like, oh, wait.
I'm not as efficient, I guess is the right word. I lose the passion for it, but then I start to do it again, and my passion comes back.
So where can people find the books, man? If they want to become part of the ZFC and get a part of, if they can't be here for the show.
Yeah, how do I get a little card?
Yeah.
Okay, the ZFC go to Zombie Life podcast.
Okay.
There was a ZFC fan page. It is a Facebook page though. You can go to the ZFC Facebook page and it's just straight up ZFC.
Okay.
Since that Facebook page, there's been a goddamn movie launched. I know my mom's watching this. There's been a freaking movie launched, and
Don't hold back, man.
There's been all these different clubs united around the ZFC, and they can find it on the Facebook page. Go to my William Hauser Facebook page or Zombie Life Podcast Facebook page.
Okay.
There's a really cool fucking logo. I didn't think to bring it, but it looks like this. Oh, you can't even see it.
Looks like a book.
It looks like a skull with wings on it.
Yeah.
But it's since adopted a motorcycle gang. It's in Salt Lake City. They have their own chapter there. They're called the Zombie Fight Club.
That's awesome.
There's bikers coming in daily for that.
Hell yeah.
They're literally painting their bikes and putting the logo on there and launching the mindset of just
They need to have a road trip down here, man.
being
do
badasses,
this
man.
logo,
Fuck
right?
yeah.
I not all of it. I helped render it down and make it kind of clean.
Yeah, when are they coming on the show?
Come on,
I guess when they come down from Salt Lake, it's
Get on.
it's a little bit of a drive, you know.
So I think
worth it.
we've kind of touched on what or who you are.
Yeah, I'm still kind of tripping.
So what we're gonna do now is what you love to do to everybody else, but we're gonna actually let the panel do it.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes. It's hot seat time for Mr. Eddie fucking Rock.
Okay.
So who are we gonna start with? You want to start off, Kara?
What was your question?
Oh, definitely.
Still in mine.
No,
Oh, you gotta. He's.
Are y'all gonna ask me real questions?
Oh yes. Everybody's
that's-
gotta come
Zach
up
got a
and
good
take a
one.
seat and ask Eddie a hot seat question.
Oh, is that what this front seat is for?
That's what that seat
okay.
is for.
Ooh, wet my
The
top.
hot seat. Come on, Zach. You lead it off,
Just
man.
awkwardly wander up here.
Awkwardly
So,
wander up.
I already know.
There's no wandering.
I
The
wanna ask you Bigfoot's
destination's
real quick.
right
Am I
there.
gonna answer
Straight
real
line.
quick or just kind of throw a yes or no out there?
Answer whatever
Okay.
you want, man.
Skynet.
Skynet?
Whoa.
Does Skynet exist?
Yes. Skynet literally exists.
What
It's
is
in the UK
Skynet?
right now.
Yeah.
But just like everything.
Oh.
in
Whoa, whoa.
Duh.
Did I hear what is Skynet?
I was just blanking. It's okay, guys.
Sorry.
Skynet does exist. It's in the UK right now. It's starting to branch out through England. America is the end of what happened. So different countries. This is my true belief. I know it's whatever, but different countries are selected to be pilot programs.
Okay.
When those programs are approved to be effective with financial order and population control, they launch it in America. I mean, look at what happened with cars. Okay, small cars like the Mini Cooper. Where'd that fucking come from?
Who knows, man? It's like a pregnant roller skate.
I know. Small cars launch small families. Small families helps populate
A bunch of
control the
clowns getting out
population.
of that motherfucker.
It's a real thing. That's something I believe in. So yes, I believe in Skynet. I know
Okay.
it's bizarre, but that's
All right.
That's my thing. Yes, I believe in Skynet.
He does wear hernia girdles, so. All right, Cynic,
Not ashamed of it.
you're next, motherfucker.
Thanks, Zach. Good question.
Come on, Cynic.
Man, this
Dang
is
it.
so weird.
I
Look at
know,
my-
man.
I'm
Your
like,
badge on.
Oh yeah, I did.
you left your Apple badge on.
I left. You're not supposed to say where it fucking came from. All right.
This is so wild, dude.
I've been trying to think of a good way to word this one.
Why would you show your father a dick pic?
That is an excellent question.
Had I known my mom was going to be watching, dude, I would have never said dick pic like that. I'm so
There's a
sorry.
nicer way to say it.
I'm so sorry to my dad because I love both of them, but I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, mine. This
Awkward.
not too long ago, we know George Romero died.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Very
Going deep.
We're going deep. Shit. Now there's a theory out there because it's written several places. It's well known that he died listening to the score of his favorite movie, The Quiet Man, and there's a rumor that the Illuminati actually changed that from his original choice. His original choice was Linkin Park, and after Chester Bennington found out today, he hung himself. So, do you believe in that shit that I just made up?
Did you make that up?
I heard that too.
He just heard it too.
I read
Okay,
it on
see-
the internet. It must
Okay,
be true.
despite the smoke and mirrors, despite the linking all the stories together, it makes me want to look into that. But
It's totally fucking
I do
believable.
believe in an ultimate order. I don't know if they're called the Illuminati, but there's a fucking reason why rich people get richer, poor people get poorer. There's a whole reason why everything links back to some offshore bank and stuff like that. I do totally believe in that. Otherwise, what's the distraction? Why would the ultimate rich, why would they keep bringing it up? Is it just a distraction?
Yeah.
For what? Why? Why would they go so far
For
out of their
this
way to
right
make us
here.
pay
Well-
attention to this when this is really happening?
I-
Because in politics, not to cut you off, but in
Oh,
politics,
cut me off. Go ahead. This is your show.
when something very important happens, you know, they come up with some bullshit like, who gives a fuck about the bathroom situation? Like, every time something big in politics comes up, you know, like global fucking important shit, why in the fuck are we talking about transgender people in bathrooms? Who gives a goddamn? You know?
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Deep
Thank you.
shit.
I'll-
Deep
I'll-
shit. Whoa,
Thank you.
whoa,
High
Jack.
five on some of that.
Very
All
deep.
right.
I got real on
Breathe.
that.
You got very real. I also believe in vultures who are just gonna go, hey, this shit, Illuminati, the Illuminati did it. Like the Loose Change movie.
It's
Yeah.
easy- it's easy to-
Somebody showed me Loose Change, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Is this real? This is crazy. And then I looked up, and it was like, oh yeah, he's like, you can't find wreckage anywhere of the World Trade Center. And I'm like, dude, there's wreckage every fucking where.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The second I started looking up and countering any kind of argument
Right.
with Loose Change, it all went out the fucking window.
Yeah.
So I totally believe that a lot of people are full of shit and will peddle.
I believe that too.
But you do have to sift through to find good shit.
I've
gotta
got
dig
about,
through the
I'm-
shit.
You gotta
I'm
dig
about-
through it.
I'm about 80% bullshit. But because of that distraction, but because I choose to dive into different sources of news and put it together, it helps me predict real life things that literally happen sometimes years before it happens, which is documented inside the books. I don't believe that, you know, I think the good guys always win. It doesn't matter what the fuck is going on, and we're good guys, even though we're evil and shit.
So you believe that always the good guys win?
Always the good guys win.
Okay.
Eventually.
Yeah, but you don't learn, you know, from being on top all the time. You have to dig through the bottom. You have to be bottom feeders. You have to be fucking bad motherfuckers to crawl over the dead bodies until you get to the top, you know?
That's morbid as fuck.
That's well.
That's my dream imagery. So
We're gonna keep moving on with the hot seat because you're not getting out of this.
okay.
No,
Just
you're
trying to
Illuminati,
ramble.
yes, I
Stay
believe
right
in
there.
that.
JP, you got a question for this man? Oh, you're
Man,
fucked.
Are you
You're
wearing
fucked,
Pokemon
JP
pants?
Province.
he intimidates me.
Yeah, well,
yes,
it's
he
the
is.
mask.
I need Pokemon
It's the mask.
pants.
No, I'm gonna lose the mask
Okay.
so you can actually understand me.
Okay.
Question I asked on Facebook recently: Donald Trump, Stephen Colbert, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
2020. Who you voting for?
I can't vote. I don't believe in any of that shit. But
You can't or you won't.
it's not that
I just want to pull in politics.
It's not
but
to believe that I believe in the system, but are you kidding me? Listen to that lineup you just gave me. It's like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oprah Winfrey.
No, if the banks want me to believe, and I say the banks, but come on, it's fucking banks. If they want me to believe that that's who I have to choose from, I can't go out of my way to be, you know, wear a fucking dunce hat and be like, oh, they're the smartest people on the planet Earth. I'm supposed to choose one of these 5 people to fucking lead me. Fuck that.
well, as long as you've accepted that the world is flat and that mountains are actually silicon tree stumps, then we're good.
Can we change that question to murder, fuck, kill, marry?
Yes. Fuck,
Yeah.
kill, marry.
Yeah. The thing with
Wait,
flat
what's the difference
Earth.
between like murder and
There's not.
kill?
The thing, in my
The sentencing.
humble
There's
opinion,
4 of them though, you know?
the thing
Right.
with flat Earth and the thing with silicone mountains and stuff like that is, I don't believe in that shit, you know, because cells are circular. I've looked at them inside a microphone. So why would the world be flat?
You've looked at cells and
Man,
this guy's good.
Microscope.
You're looking at a microphone to see
So-
shit.
You don't know I can look
There's
through a
skin flakes in
microphone?
there.
Ow.
Okay.
But if I didn't pay attention to that and respect people that literally believe that, then I wouldn't be able to identify with them on other aspects of their belief structure. I would never have a conversation with them because I'd immediately be judging those people, and I can't do that. That's not
Yeah.
our job to do that. So they're relevant. Their belief, no matter how fucked up and wrong it is, we still have to accept that, hey, there's people out there that believe in that brand of, you know, whatever.
All right. Well, we're almost around the panel here.
Okay.
Tammy. Oh yeah.
I'll slow down on my answers.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
I'm still nervous, dude. I'm like shaking.
It's not for a job.
Yeah, the camera's
I
always
wish-
on you
Yeah.
anyway.
I wish I had
Excuse me.
vodka in there.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, you talk about aliens. Do you think that you have ever been taken?
Fuck.
Have you been probed?
Have you been alien probed?
You've been probed.
Would you like to?
I know that. I know that.
Say it again.
To be honest, I know that I've had multiple moments in my life where, when I think about that moment happening, it makes me well up. You know, like I get the lump in my throat. If I hear a certain sound or I have a certain smell, it makes me think of that moment when I was young. Me and Pete were running across a yard, and I think I told this story before, but a flash of lightning came, and then immediately he was at another house, and I was still getting up off the ground, so I lost time.
Right.
So that's happened multiple times. I don't know if I've been probed, but
That kind of
You
makes
know
me
it,
wonder
right?
because how do we know? Do we all remember everything in our lives, or have we all been maybe taken at some point?
fuck,
you know,
man.
we
Well,
talk about aliens.
I happened to talk about that inside.
Page 42.
On Amazon.
For me, it dates back to frequency, to the dawn of man, to the dawn of the first moment on Earth. Going back to music, I think the first moment of matter was through music. I think it was the first note that created matter. But alien abduction, I do believe in that. I believe that we're mixed with genes that we don't even know about or care about.
I've had a lot of people tell me that they are missing time, and they kind of wonder because how do we know of this if it never did happen?
Yeah.
So it's just a thing I've been curious about.
I do know this. Time slows down when you're with people that you love. When you're surrounded with the people that make the most influence in your life, time will slow down, and that's the meat and potatoes of life. That's what I truly believe.
Beautiful, man.
Thank you. I believe
I
that.
have
So
another
you
one,
had a
just
two-part
another
on
one.
that.
It's
So
like,
he's been probed. We got that.
what
with probing.
would you do if you ever came eye to eye with Sasquatch or Bigfoot?
Oh God.
You're supposed to go hunt.
Well,
Bigfoot.
there
No,
goes
not
my
if you believe in
question.
it.
What
I
would you do if you were ever like
Well, I'll
out on
make
the
it
road
easy.
with us, as so many
nice,
people
Brenda.
talk about it? What if you made the wrong turn or you just turn and all of a sudden boom?
I would probably be scared shitless because you know how I get. I get scared. I'd like to say that I would be able to identify with somebody being different because we all are. But come on, the fucking Sasquatch, I'd be
I
scared
mean,
to.
they would be like more
Be like, this time I'm getting a photo.
Yeah.
kind of like hearing to Henderson,
Yeah,
you know, that
I'd-
you both scream.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd take the phone out for a selfie. We got 2 minutes, really? Okay.
2 minutes, buddy.
This is odd.
Okay,
I'd be scared to death.
You're scared to death.
You would
Scared to
definitely
death.
go the
Shitless.
selfie route. I could see you doing
Shitless,
that.
yes.
So how about you, Mr.
She
Okay.
She had my
she
question.
stole it?
Yep.
Alice?
Yeah.
You got a hot
Do you have a good ghost story that's super quick so we can get through?
30-second ghost story. Go!
Yes, I had somebody change from a regular human and was possessed by the devil in front of me.
What the
Oh, what?
Well, that's definitely a good one for
Why
another
didn't you tell
episode.
anybody about
Straight
that?
up, their facial structure changed. Their eyes kind of turned a little bit dark. And speaking in tongues.
This wasn't in that little house in Markham, was it?
No, that has happened in Bay City with Peter Donahue and Craig Willoughby.
You weren't watching From Dusk Till Dawn.
Whoa.
I
That
want the
really
full
happened.
story at some point.
Yeah, we're definitely
like,
got
not tonight.
We will
but-
come back to that. Brenda, lovely Brenda.
First off, y'all vote for Brenda in that question from earlier.
Ready for president.
Absolutely.
Ready for president.
And I'll make a real easy one. One of the monsters I like that we don't talk about on here. Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? And if I can get him as a guest, are you okay with that?
Yeah. I
Only if
do.
I don't have to put him in the pool.
I do believe in Loch Ness Monster because
Loch Ness Monster.
why?
Best
why
cheese out of Scotland.
I mean, why not? It's not my place on this planet to say that can't fucking be there. Who the fuck am I? You know?
Yeah.
If he's got an attitude, he could be like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah, you need you.
Yes.
Fuck
yeah,
Eddie
I
Rodden,
totally,
I'm the Loch
I
Ness.
totally believe in Loch Ness.
How about you, Hunter?
All right, the dick pic. Was Dad upset with you, or was he?
It comes full circle. Was he upset? I mean, did
Yes.
he emote?
As a father,
I
as a
meant, was he
father, if I
impressed?
saw my son's dick pic to his girlfriend.
What was his emoji that he sent back?
It will always render an apology.
You're
Like if I
done.
see him, I will always.
It's
If he ever brings it up, we got 1 minute. If he ever brings it up, I will apologize.
Really?
I love him, respect him. He brought me into this world. I'm shamed at that. I'm sorry, Dad.
I hope that, this helped to get a little bit, for the viewers and everybody to get an
Thank
an
you,
idea of who you are and
Yeah.
where you come from and shit.
Completely unexpected.
Yeah.
I totally thought we were gonna interview Ben.
Yeah?
I did.
Well, that's next week.
I did. I it was in my mind that was gonna happen. But thank you.
Fuck yeah.
I love you, man. Thank you. I appreciate
Love you
that.
too, buddy.
We go way back. We should podcast about that.
Oh my God. All right. Come on.
Wow, that was cool, man.